Lines first. President Draupadi Murmu says India will become third largest economy by the end of this decade. RBI maintains status quo, keeping repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, retains GDP growth forecast for fiscal 2023-24 at 6.5%. In Manipur, security forces initiate mass combing operation to retrieve arms and ammunition looted from police stations. Arunachal Pradesh government is launching football for school in 200 schools, says Chief Minister Pema Khandu. And in cricket, Australia bowled out for 469 in first innings against India on day 2 of World Test Championship at Oval. And now the news in detail. President Draupadi Murmu has said that India is on the way to becoming the third largest economy of the world before the end of this decade. She was addressing the Indian community and Friends of India at a community reception in Belgrade, the capital city of Serbia, yesterday. The president is on a 3-day state visit to Serbia. Earlier, while addressing the Indian community and Friends of India at a community reception in Belgrade, President Draupadi Murmu has said that India is on the way to becoming the third largest economy of the world before the end of this decade.
ऊर्जा के क्षेत्र हो या कम्युनिकेशन हो या व्यापार हो या कृषि हो या टेक्नोलॉजी हो, आईटी क्षेत्र हो या हेल्थ के क्षेत्र हो, हर क्षेत्रों में वो भारत के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं। हम भी सर्बिया भारत का पारंपरिक मित्र है, इसीलिए उनके साथ काम करने के लिए हम भी उत्सुक हैं। आगे जाके इसी क्षेत्र में या कम्युनिकेशन हो और यहाँ से अपना उड़ान भरना चाहते हैं दिल्ली डायरेक्ट, उसके लिए भी हम डिटेल में बात।
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that the world today looks at India as a development partner and India is playing the role of a narrative shaper. He said the world today listens to India and believes in its independent voice. Briefing media on the completion of 9 years of the Modi government at the centre, the External Affairs Minister today said India's foreign policy reflects the country's greater influence, bigger footprint, new concept and strong delivery in recent years. He said the activities of Indian diplomacy have made the nation more secure and economically strong. He said India is countering Chinese actions on the northern borders and delegitimized cross-border terror from Pakistan, which has enhanced security.
Of excellence in IT, which has been functioning there for about a year and a half. And the impact on the Technology University of Namibia by our giving up supercomputer, having trainers out there, working with them, developing cybersecurity skills, developing entrepreneurial skills, promoting research. I cannot describe to you the excitement.
The government has set up 733 one-stop centres across the country so far and also sanctioned budget for 300 more such centres for women's security. These one-stop centres are providing a range of integrated services under one roof, including police facilitation, medical aid, legal aid, counselling and temporary shelter to women affected by violence or in distress. This was stated by senior BJP leader and Union Minister Smriti Irani while addressing media at BJP headquarters in New Delhi today. Highlighting centre's several initiatives for the welfare of women in the country in the last 9 years, she said more than 34 women helplines are working in the country.
महिला पोषण, दूसरी ओर बच्चों के संरक्षण की दृष्टि से यहाँ कुछ साथी ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने शायद पार्लियामेंट में पॉक्सो के अमेंडमेंट की चर्चा को कवर किया है। आपको याद होगा पॉक्सो के संदर्भ में
Reserve Bank of India today announced its second bi-monthly policy of this fiscal, and as expected, the Apex Bank preferred to maintain status quo by keeping the key rates unchanged. Announcing the policy review, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das said Monetary Policy Committee decided to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Consequently, the standing deposit facility remains at 6.25% and the marginal standing facility and the bank rate stand at 6.75%. The MPC also decided by a majority of 5 out of 6 members to remain focused on the withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation progressively aligns with the target while supporting growth. RBI Governor said that in India, consumer price inflation eased during March-April 2023 and moved into the tolerance band, declining from 6.7% in 2022-23.
In the coming months. Against this backdrop, the MPC decided to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%.
New generation ballistic missile Agni Prime was successfully flight tested by Defence Research and Development Organisation from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island off the coast of Odisha on Wednesday. During the flight test, all objectives were successfully demonstrated. This was the first pre-induction night launch conducted by the users after 3 successful developmental trials of the missile, validating the accuracy and reliability of the system. Range instrumentation like radar, telemetry and electro-optical tracking systems were deployed at different locations, including 2 downrange ships at the terminal point to capture flight data covering the entire trajectory of the vehicle. In an important development for Mizoram's ongoing connectivity initiative, the state government on Wednesday conducted an aerial survey at Wakumwal Longlei district in southern Mizoram. The survey was conducted to study the suitability of the location for setting up a greenfield airport. The aerial survey report studied in detail the suitability of Wakumwal and adjoining areas for setting up an airport and whether there is enough space or land to construct terminal building, fire stations, etc. and whether there are any possible obstructions in the vicinity for aerial traffic and whether the area is a free land and not privately owned. In Manipur, the security forces has initiated a mass combing operation to retrieve the arms and ammunition looted from police stations and arrest those involved in violent incidents. The combing security forces, consisting of BSF Manipur Police, Assam Rifles and Assam Rifles, under the supervision of a DIG-ranked team, conducted combing operations in Thingkang 5 villages under Churachandpur district of Manipur. During the search operation, the security forces recovered a large number of locally made arms and ammunition. The team also destroyed bunkers used by Kuki militants. Meanwhile, the Chief Secretary of Manipur has announced that an executive magistrate is required during the combing operation conducted in those areas from where the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 has already been lifted. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma today said that the people of the state will join hands to plant 100 lakh saplings on Gandhi Jayanti this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced Mission Life to bring about a Jan Andolan or people's movement, which will be at the forefront of the global climate action narrative, the Chief Minister said, while participating in the tree plantation program Amrit Plantation at Chandubi in Kamrup Rural District. Dr. Sharma said that the plantation of 100 lakh saplings on October 2nd will help mitigate climate change and expand state's tree economy as the state government will offer ₹300 per sapling and lead to a 38% increase in forest cover by the year 2028. Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha today visited the Central Sanskrit University at Lembuchera as part of the Vikas Tirtha program to mark 9 years of development work under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Taking to his Twitter handle, Dr. Saha said, accredited with A++ by NAC, this university is a pilgrimage of ancient Vedic culture surrounded by modern infrastructure. The Chief Minister said that students from neighbouring states of Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha and even from Nepal are taking the opportunity to study the world's oldest language in the Central Sanskrit University. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu has said that the state government is launching the Football for a School program, a first-of-its-kind initiative to promote football in 200 schools in the state. He said this during the closing ceremony of the 6th Hang Pan Dada Memorial Trophy Under 16 Football and Volleyball Men's and Women's at the Sange Laden Sports Ground in Itanagar today. Mr. Khandu added that the initiative is aimed at grooming budding talents in the age group of 6 to 13 in the state. With the next Olympic Games in mind, the Chief Minister said the sports department has been directed to shortlist fields specific to Arunachal Pradesh youth and train them for the biggest competition in the world. He announced that the existing prize money for Olympians from the state will be enhanced from Rs 3 crore to 5 crore for gold, from Rs 2 crore to Rs 3 crore for silver, and from Rs 1 crore to Rs 2 crore for bronze. In cricket, Australia were bowled out for 469 in their first innings against India on the second day of the World Test Championship at the Oval in England when reports last came in. Earlier, India won the toss and opted to bowl first. The match is being played with the Duke's ball. This is Team India's second consecutive WTC final in as many editions and will look to go one better this time around. India lost to New Zealand in the final of the inaugural edition of the championship. India is looking to lift the title at the second attempt and end their ICC trophy drought as well. The Legislative Assembly of Meghalaya has recently received an award from Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs for successful implementation of the National E-Vidhan application, NEVA, in the state. National E-Vidhan is a mission mode project included in Digital India program, and Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs is the nodal ministry for its implementation in all the states and union territories with legislators. NEVA aims to bring all the legislatures of the country together in one platform, thereby creating a massive data depository without having the complexity of multiple applications. To end the news, the main points once again. President Draupadi Murmu says India will become third largest economy by the end of this decade. RBI maintains status quo, keeping repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, retains GDP growth forecast for fiscal 2023-24 at 6.5%. In Manipur, security forces initiate mass combing operation to retrieve arms and ammunition looted from police stations. Arunachal Pradesh government is launching Football for School in 200 schools, says Chief Minister Pema Khandu. And in cricket, Australia bowled out for 469 in first innings against India on day 2 of the World Test Championship at Oval. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.